Man, guys, do we have a crazy topic to go into today? I don't know if you've heard, okay, because not everybody's got Netflix. I know a lot of people do, but there's a number one streaming movie going on right now called Leave the World Behind. That the production company of this movie is called Higher Grounds, which was founded by Michelle and Barack Obama. And in this movie, there was some very racist content with what the characters were talking about in this movie that supposedly Barack Obama had some say and put some notes in to give the producers and to give the director a little bit more of a realism bias when it comes to this, to make it more realistic. But to me, guys, this whole thing, and we're gonna watch the clip. I got the clip for you. I got Barack Obama's old speech that made him quote unquote famous. We're gonna go into this, okay? We're gonna really go into this because it's such a hypocrisy from what he was saying when he was actually running for office for the president of the United States compared to what now he's producing with his production company with his wife Michelle. And it's absolutely disgusting. I don't care if it's racism towards white people, if it's racism towards black people or Asian people. Racism is freaking racism, and we need to address it. And for Barack Obama, who was known to be a unifier or supposed to bring in great change, he did nothing of that. He actually made this problem worse. So we're going to get into it, guys. We're going to get into it. But welcome to Getting to the Facts. I'm your host, Andrew Curiel. We're going to get right into the story, guys, but I really appreciate you. Just make sure we smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and we're going to dive right into it, all right? But we got this first thing here. This is from Newsweek, all right? Former President Barack Obama is facing backlash on Monday over a film on which he was a consultant, which warns about white people. After concluding his presidency in 2017, Obama has written a best-selling memoir and signed a deal with Netflix to produce films and television series. The former president has also created Higher Ground, a production company co-led by his wife, former First Lady Michelle Obama, in which projects were set to touch on issues of race and class, democracy, and civil rights. The company's first production, American Factory, debuted in 2019 and centered on an abandoned General Motors plant that was reopened in Ohio by a Chinese billionaire. The film took home an Oscar for Best Documentary Feature. More recently, Obama served as a consultant on Sam Esmail's latest film, Leave the World Behind, based on Rumaan Alam's novel of the same name. The film, which was released on Netflix Friday, follows two families forced to work together amid a nationwide blackout. As the threat grows, both families must decide how best to survive the potential crisis, all while grappling with their places in the collapsing world. The former president and first lady signed on to produce the film last year, and as part of the deal, Obama was able to share his perspective on the events that unfolded on screen. According to Vanity Fair, while writing the script, Esmail consulted Obama hoping that his perspective would ground the story and make it more realistic. Yeah, sure. Esmail added that Obama thought the script was fairly close to how a crisis would actually pan out in the real world. He had a lot of notes about the characters and the empathy we would have for them, Esmail told the magazine. I have to say he is a big movie lover, and he wasn't just giving notes about things that were from his background. He was giving notes as a fan of the book, and he wanted to see a really good film. However, since the film's release on Netflix, some have taken to X, formerly Twitter, to share their thoughts on a specific scene in the movie. Newsweek reached out to Obama via email for comment on Monday. The scene in question shows a black couple lying in bed as the lines, "I'm asking you to remember that if the world falls apart, trust should not be doled out easily to anyone, especially white people." X users Libs of TikTok noted the scene while claiming the scene was demonizing towards white people. Netflix film called Leave the World Behind, produced by the Obamas, include a scene demonizing white people. White people are the only group you're allowed and celebrated to be racist towards, and it will be put into movies by the most influential people, Libs of TikTok wrote on X. Ex-user Matt Wallace called the clip of the scene racist, saying this racist clip from a Barack and Michelle Obama's first fiction film on Netflix, Leave the World Behind, is about to go viral. Citizen Free Press, a news aggregation website, also said the scene warns about white people if the world falls apart. Barack Obama gave major feedback on the script for Netflix Leave the World Behind. The film fantasizes a cyber apocalypse and warns about white people if the world falls apart. That wrote on X. Guys, I know they say it's fiction. Obviously, it's fiction. There hasn't been a huge nationwide cyber attack. You know, not everybody views white people this way yet. You know what I mean? Like, guys, this is absolute just insanity. I know I say it a lot, but this is absolutely crazy. And we're gonna watch this clip, okay? It's a short little clip. It's just a one little clip of the movie, okay? But for them to say, imagine they say this stuff about any other race, it would immediately be condemned as racist rhetoric. I'm tired of this anti-racist, reverse racism bullshit because it's bullshit. Absolute BS. Like, I'm sorry, but it is. And we all need to be in agreement on this. I don't care what color you are. If someone says be aware of a certain race because of an apocalypse moment, that is racism. That is racism. Don't let anybody tell you that's different. That is utter and blatant racism. Okay? So let's watch this clip. You let me know. You let me know what you think about on this.
I'm asking for you to remember that if the world falls apart, trust should not be doled out easily to anyone, especially white people. Even Mom would agree with me on
especially white people. We're gonna replay this just one more time, just to make sure you heard this correctly, guys. Okay, just so you heard this correctly.
I'm asking for you to remember that if the world falls apart, trust should not be doled out easily to anyone, especially white people. Even Mom would agree.
Guys, like, imagine that's a white family. Just imagine that's a white family laying in bed saying this stuff about black people or Asian people or any other freaking race. The whole world would go absolutely insane on this. Absolutely insane. Like, how are we not on the same page that this should be condemned to the highest degree? To the highest degree. I was completely on board with what she was saying up until she said, especially white people. Like, if there's a complete nationwide blackout, there's an apocalypse going on, and the whole society just crumbles, you should not be giving trust to hardly anybody. But leave out the especially, quote unquote, whatever your race is. Like, why include that? Like, in an apocalypse situation, I'm not giving trust. I'm not giving trust to any race. I'm not giving trust to anybody, regardless of race, unless you prove that I can trust you in a life or death situation. But it has nothing to do with your stupid race. I'm so sick of this. I'm so sick of it. I got family everywhere. Like, my mom's from Canada. My dad's Hispanic and Native American. My godparents who raised me for 3 or 4 years are black. Like, I got family everywhere. Race is the stupidest thing to judge somebody on. It is the dumbest thing in the whole world, because there's good people and shitty people in every race. And we need to all come to grips with that. We need to all come to grips with that. It's not one race is the worst. Not one race is the worst. about unity, about everybody needs to come together. Why are we demonizing one side or the other? He said this all the time, but it's because of his administration. And now that he's not president, his production company is now putting out films that are demonizing a certain group of people. This is, I cannot believe this, guys. I cannot believe this. But let me show you the clip of the press conference where Obama, when he was president, made this speech saying exactly what I'm saying here. And now he's being very hypocritical with being a production, using his production company to bolster a movie like this that has a scene where they could have left that part out. They could have left the especially white people out. Just cut it after that main part. You don't have to put especially white people. Like, why? Why? Like, it just makes no sense. No sense at all. But let's hear what he has to say.
Imagine if we broke out of these tired old patterns. Imagine if we did something different. Understand, a better politics isn't one where Democrats abandon their agenda or Republicans simply embrace mine. A better politics is one where we appeal to each other's basic decency instead of our basest fears. A better politics is one where we debate without demonizing each other, where we talk issues and values and principles and facts rather than gotcha moments or trivial gaffes or fake controversies that have nothing to do with people's daily lives. Imagine if we broke.
Like, guys, I'm telling you, how can he go from being president of the United States, talking about we need to all come together, stop demonizing one side or the other? Can't we see such a nice future if we can do all this? And then he goes and produces a movie where he actually is saying that, hey, if there's really ever a nationwide blackout where there's a cyber attack and everything goes dark, don't trust anyone. Don't trust anyone. But especially white people. Like, what the hell is this, guys? Like, I'm so sick of the race baiting. I'm so sick of it. Because like I said, you can find good people and bad people in every race. Race is the most illogical thing that you could ever base an opinion on a person about. The worst thing. The absolute race matters. It matters very, very little. Very, very little. Very little. I would actually debate that race matters 0% when determining if they're a good person or a bad person. It is 0, not 0.5, not 1%, not 2%, no, 0. I don't care if you're white, brown, yellow, purple, don't care. You can be a good person or bad person no matter what race. And this irritates the hell out of me because of what Barack Obama ran on. He ran on being a unifier. He ran on being the person to lead positive change in this country. And he did the exact opposite. The exact opposite, guys. Oh, it just drives me insane. Drives me insane seeing this. But watch the movie. It looks like it's a good movie. I'm going to watch the movie. I'm definitely going to watch the movie. I just cannot believe that they added that especially white people part when they didn't need to. Like, that's just so divisive. It doesn't make any sense. But leave the comments in there. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, I really want to just make sure that we all get on the same page and, everyone's voice is heard when it comes to stuff like this. But it's just, I'm telling you right now, at least from my perspective, your race, whoever watches these videos, anybody in the real world that I run into, your race matters 0% to me. You being a good quality person matters a whole lot more than anything else. All right, guys, but I hope you enjoyed the content. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys, and I hope you have a good rest of your week. Stay blessed out there, and I'll see you on that next video.